First, the title.
The title of the song is Carousel. Carousels are carnival rides, and at first glance, individuals would assume this song has something to do with one's childhood.
Next, paraphrase.
The song is about the speaker's love life and how it turns around in circles. The speaker describes staying inside during the summer, while feeling figuratively dead inside before calling a girl and falling back into the same old cycle of events.
Next, speaker.
The speaker is the protagonist of the song and speaks from his own perspective. He speaks in the first person.
Next, some examples of figurative language.
The song contains a plethora of figurative language. Perhaps the most significant is the carousel, which is an extended metaphor throughout the song, referring to both the speaker's desire and reminiscing of his childhood and less emotionally complex existence, as well as the cyclical nature of his romantic endeavors. The carousel appears many times throughout the song, and the spinning of the carousel refers to how the speaker's relationships follow the same cycles over and over. The speaker often states, "Caller, caller, keep falling, falling, like carousel." In doing so, he states that he repeats those actions over and over, like a carousel. Other metaphors include, "The little girl bring fire from her world," which may be a reference to how his love interests carry negativity and toxicity from previous relationships to dump on him, and he is remorseful for constantly being used as an emotional rebound. The simile comparing the speaker to Tyrion is a reference to the character Tyrion Lannister in the TV show Game of Thrones. Tyrion's role was to defend the city, and the speaker equates Tyrion's defense to his own defense of his emotions from being sabotaged by romantic partners. A metaphor which may easily be overlooked is the reference to the balancing of Libra scales. The speaker's alias is Aries, and the Libra reference is a hint to perhaps the star sign of his former partner. Aries and Libra are incompatible signs, and relationships between the two are generally discouraged by supporters of astrology. The symbol of Libra is a scale, and Aries was implying that there was a futile attempt to balance the two conflicting star signs, as one would on a scale. The reference to Nike in verse 2 is a metaphor for how his love interest runs away from him. Nike is a well-known shoe brand, and his partner acquiring new Nikes and running away represents how she left him as soon as she acquired the means of doing so. When the speaker states, "Busy cutting the checks, I'm used to cutting the ties, okay?" he plays on the word cutting, using the line to state how he's become accustomed to the lavish lifestyle that comes with success, as well as how he's used to cutting people off after a failed relationship. The speaker has become numb to the emotional cycles he undergoes, and his tone reflects that. His tone throughout the song reflects his feelings of melancholy and depression. He also feels a little confused and dizzy, as one would on a carousel. When the speaker states, "I'm trying, I'm lost, only murmur," he shows his confusion as well as a degree of helplessness. His mentioning of being 6 feet under, a reference to death, accentuates his feelings as well as showing how he feels dead inside. Lines that further illuminate this tone include, "All these feelings bottled inside like a house dog," and "I'm used to cutting the ties."
Next, shifts.
Not many distinctive shifts occur in the actual lyrics of the song. However, the tone in the verse 2 does shift to one that is ever so slightly lower in energy and takes a more melancholy stance. The shift is audibly reflected in the musician's vocal delivery as well as the instrumental, as the percussion is dropped to create contrast from the preceding vocals. After listening to the song and reading the lyrics, one should be able to tell that the song is not entirely about the childhood carnival ride. Listeners and readers are now aware of the carousel's role as an extended metaphor, and how the speaker uses the aforementioned details to reflect the theme of the song. The song reflects how numb people have become to relationships, and how relationships have become less and less significant. The speaker uses the song to convey how repetitive his relationships feel, and how people tend to increasingly bottle their emotions from previous relationships while they continually hunt for new and empty hopes of joy, without thinking of the consequences.